Hey guys, in this video, what we're going to do is go over what is the plantar fascia and what is plantar fasciitis. So basically, I have my foot here. It's a left foot. Excuse me. We have the calcaneus here, and then basically all the toes. So for reference, here's the big toe, here's the pinky toe, calcaneus. Textbook-wise, the plantar fascia goes from the calcaneus all the way up through the base of the toes. Okay, so there's much more tissues than that underneath that, and with that are several muscles that shoot from toe to toe that allows you to bend your toes, straighten your toes, and spread your toes out. But basically, the purpose of the plantar fascia is shock absorption. Now, one of the things with that is that's its main purpose. It does more than that, and it does not work by itself. So there are many, many things that can play into why you get or why somebody would get plantar fasciitis. In my case, I most likely get plantar fasciitis because I have to compensate on my right side because my left ankle does not work like it should. It's stiffer, so it does not get the correct biomechanics to work that side equally. So basically, my right side has to do more work than my left side. So that's a mechanical imbalance that puts more strain on my foot and that leg. So basically, when it runs from here to here, the most common spot that I feel the tension is right here at the base of the calcaneus where that plantar fascia inserts, and on the inside arch called the medial arch of the plantar fascia. This area right through here gets irritated, and then this right over here gets irritated. You know, some folks say if you have flat foot or a high arch, that makes you more predisposed to getting plantar fasciitis. That's up for debate because I've seen several folks with very flat feet who've never had plantar fasciitis. I've seen people with very high arches that have never had plantar fasciitis. In my opinion, most of the time it happens when there's some kind of imbalance within the body that forces you to favor that side, and then that's just where the inflammation gets dumped. There are many other things that play into that as far as the inflammation goes, and I will go over that in a later video and my 2 cents on what you can do or what I do to control the inflammation that happens. So basically, again, that plantar fascia goes from here to the base of the toes. The other thing to take into consideration is on my own foot, here's what that would look like. Calcaneus, and then plantar fascia attaches right in here and then shoots up the foot and then splays out and attaches to a jillion other things. Like I said, its main purpose is shock absorption, but that is not the only thing that is made to be a shock absorber in your foot. You also have all the muscles within your foot. You also have in the back here the Achilles tendon that attaches into the soleus and the gastroc. Those are also shock absorbers. So if there's a dysfunction in these areas, that can force this plantar fascia to do more of the work. So again, if there's a tightness or dysfunction in this part of the leg, that can also lead to this part of your foot, the plantar fascia, and the muscles within your foot to have to do more of the work. Same thing goes on the front. Right in here, my anterior tib. It does not attach to my plantar fascia, but it provides a good deal of support for the foot. So if there's a dysfunction in these anterior tib muscles, the dorsiflexors, the ones that pull your foot up, if there's a dysfunction in there, that again can make your foot and the plantar fascia have to do more work of this shock absorbing than it should. This is just like anything else that's team members, is you want everybody to spread out that workload. And if that workload is not spread out properly, then you get dysfunction, you get somebody who's overworked, and basically somebody who's pissed off. So that's basically what we're going to look at in these video series here, is how do we address the plantar fascia, not only the plantar fascia, but everything else around it to disperse that energy so that way it doesn't have to take a brunt of the work. I wanted to show you guys what I do for myself.